Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Plenty of emotion in that touching rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. And with that, we'll be right back.
I need the energy all the way up. Come from the bottom, now I'm blowing up. I need the energy all the way up. All the way up, all the way up. I need the energy all the way up. Come from the bottom, now I'm blowing up.
Look at that. That is spectacular. That's amazing.
I need the energy all the way up.
Goodness. No, he didn't. Gentlemen, that's gorgeous.
Welcome, everyone. Here it is at long last. It's the start of the NBA regular season. I know everyone's just as excited as we are here on 2K Sports to get things underway. Two slam dunk champs, Grant Hill and Brent Berry, our analysts tonight. Brian Anderson here. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Russell Westbrook and the Los Angeles Lakers. And let's go straight over to the sideline for a report before they tip off. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, Brian. Well, after growing up in a small town in South Carolina, John Morant right at home here in Memphis, and he brought his family with him. He said, "We're out by ourselves, not too many people around, like back at home. My parents still cook. It's the same thing, just the house is bigger. Must be nice."
That's a beautiful thing, Allie. Good report there. And with opening night, Brent, we'll get to see these players going full force.
This is huge. The difference between the preseason and then ratcheting things up for an opening night. The butterflies are there. The excitement is there. The uniform smells better. The lights are a little bit brighter. So let's get it going.
And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks, the backcourt. Anderson and Jackson Jr., your small and power forwards. And it's Adams in at the 5. And for the Suns, Crowder and Ayton, the bigs. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. Morant with it. Pass to Jackson. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And these two teams will face off against one another 4 times. It should be fun.
And guys, this first meeting always sort of sets the tone for how the rest of the season series will play out. For teams that know each other this well, this initial game is a big one.
Now here's Morant. Shot clock at 5. Good work defensively by Crowder. Morant against Bridges. On the take. Crowder outside. Booker against Brooks. Good work defensively by Brooks. Anderson for 3. Crowder grabs the miss. The Suns on offense.
Crowder was in high demand as a free agent in 2020. A lot of people wanting his toughness on their roster.
Ayton with it. Jackson in his pocket. Down low. Bridges passes to Booker. Up and over Brooks. Booker, good. Man, with Crowder's free agency, the team saw what he brings to the table.
He's a good defender, and he's relentless on that end. And he just brings that kind of toughness that a lot of coaches are relying on, and they know that's important in the postseason.
So it's the Grizzlies now, following the score by Phoenix. That one falls.
In the paint, Morant stays nimble, and that allows him to make any needed adjustment to his shot.
Ayton in the high post. Outside Booker. Up and over Brooks. Booker can't get it to go.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Paul against Morant. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
Up top, Ayton. Over Adams. Ayton, no good. The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 5 to start today's game. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Morant against Paul. Tries it from the block. And again, it's Ja Morant. Morant's got 6 points.
Hasn't taken him any time to get into a groove. 3 or 4 to start things off.
Ayton passes to Bridges. And the Suns miss again.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Jackson outside. The Suns clear it.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
To the middle. Here's Ayton. Ooh, good work defensively by Adams. Brooks finds Morant. Back to Brooks.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Jackson outside. The rebound by Bridges.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
You've got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Timeout call, Memphis. And Mikal Bridges, man, has he grown in this league? Growing more and more deadly with that shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's increased the amount of threes he takes. He's gone from average shooter to a great one. A fantastic option to have out there on the wing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns dancer. Look who's coming out of the court. Come on and get loud for your Suns dancer.
And a new group getting ready for the Suns. Saric checks in for Deandre Ayton. Johnson comes in for Bridges. Shamet, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And Payne is subbed in for Chris Paul. A big group substitution here for Memphis. Tillman's checked in for Adams. Clark comes in for Jackson. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Anderson. And it's Bain in for Brooks. .136 left in the opening quarter. Charge against Clark to the paint. And the basket by Tillman.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
The Suns trailing. Here's Shamet. Hernan Gomez with a rebound. Here's Bain. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Outside Morant. Clark with a screen on Payne. Morant. Doesn't go that time. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Outside Johnson. Back to Shaman. Now Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Shaman. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad you can't release that one on target.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Morant finds Clark. Back to Morant. Clark with a screen on Crowder. Morant, no good.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Payne. And again, it's the Suns missing. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Grizzlies up by 4. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And Dario Saric adjusting to a reserve role with the Suns, but he's still a valued contributor.
You're going to be starting your role. You know, you're coming from the bench, you know, that's a cold decision. Mentally, I need to prepare for everything. And that was in my mind, you know, come there, try to play fast.
Graham, there is great depth and versatility on this team.
Oh, no question. Exemplified by Saric. Having a skilled forward like him in that second unit helps.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the court for the Grizzlies, Brooks and Anderson filling out the perimeter. Brandon Clark out there with Steven Adams. And it's Morant in at the point guard position. Adams a screen. Anderson with it. Picked up by Saric. Offensive rebound. Adams, shot's good. Adams has got his first basket.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, Brian. Deandre Ayton being the #1 pick in 2018, his potential is obvious. With his team on the rise, he's looking to impose his will on a nightly basis. Ayton said, quote, "I know how hard I work and what kind of a player I am. I'm trying to take over every possession, being more dominant every game."
Oh, scary thought, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Brooks. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. It's Bridges on the wing. Anderson covers. Here's Booker. He's off on that one. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
Booker has been accused of having some empty stats before, but mostly because the teams weren't winning. You can see now that the talent has always been there, and the winning's coming along with it.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Booker showed he still puts up numbers when his team is a legit contender, Brent.
Well, he's always been a gifted scorer, and now him learning about the value of both ends of the floor, that's been amazing growth from Devin Booker.
Ayton, he's checked in for the Suns. And Memphis also making a switch. Jackson is checked in. And Adams no good on that one. And Grant, your dad played pro football. You think that players who grew up around pro sports have an advantage?
Yes, B.A. Obviously, being around a professional athlete, understanding the dedication, the sacrifice, the work that goes into it, really, I think, helped me at an early age as I was developing in a different sport.
Now here's Morant. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Anderson with a screen on Paul. Here's Morant. And he can't get that one. Johnson with the defensive effort. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Chris Paul came into the league playing unselfish, continues to do so. What a dime.
Morant against Paul. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Williams is checked in.
Checking in for the Grizzlies, Zaire Williams.
Here in quarter two, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Moran against Paul. And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his first foul of the game.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Now Moran, he has 6.
Man, when a guy like Chris Paul is hustling out there, it's going to inspire the rest of the team, blitzing the shooters well with his quickness.
Booker. Brooks with the rebound. For Memphis, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Moran against Booker. Looking to get it going. Morant, no good. Well, the Suns shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Up top, Paul. Brooks defending. Nice move. Good work defensively by Brooks. Memphis leading. Outside Moran. Outside Anderson. Moran into the lane. Uses the glass on the layup. Morant's got 8 points.
Yeah, an electric player. Morant just bouncing off the contact and finishing on the drive.
And the loudest section gets free t-shirts. Let's see who's the loudest. Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Dancer. Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Dancer.
Phoenix making some changes. Crowder, he's checked in for Johnson. Shamet comes in for Booker. And Payne is subbed in for Chris Paul. Tillman's checked in for Memphis. Bain comes in for Moran. Here's Ayton. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Pass to Bridges. Ayton with it.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
And it's Tillman with a rebound. The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Here's Brooks. Count the basket. Now it's a 7-point Memphis lead.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Bridges outside. Outside Payne. 1:25 left in the second. 5 on the clock. Ayton, the screen on Jackson. Here's Crowder. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Bridges against Williams. Pass to Brooks. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Šarić checks in for the Suns. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Memphis. Culver comes in for Williams. 1:02 left to play in the second quarter. Culver on the wing. He's guarded by Bridges. 3 on the clock. The 15-footer. That one rolls around and rims out.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Now here's Payne. Back to Crowder. Pass to Shaman. It's rebounded by Memphis. And here's Brooks. Shoots from the right block. That shot missing. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined with Coach Taylor Jenkins. What's the focus as you look forward to the second half?
Just ignite our pace. You know, everything starts with our defense. Can we pick up our activity? We got to get some stops. Got to keep them off the free throw line. We got to get out and run. They're showing a great crowd in the paint, but just trust the pass. Everyone's got to trust each other, get multiple actions, get some good looks, and hopefully they fall for us.
High expectations for Coach.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Hello and welcome, everybody. It was a big first half for Ja Morant, and we've come to expect this.
Good performance from the field so far, looking comfortable in his approach. By and large, he's taking shots he knows he can make. That builds trust. That's why they keep feeding him.
And there's more NBA action in store for us tonight. Here are the games tipping off later. The Brooklyn Nets will go up against the Bucks out in Milwaukee. 7:30 Eastern for the tip-off in that one.
Get my popcorn ready early, excited for that one.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Boy, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Now here's Booker. 6 points for him. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt. Bridges and Crowder holding down the forward spots. And it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Phoenix Suns are enjoying a renaissance. Big man Deandre Ayton said, quote, "From starters to the bench players, this team is well balanced, and we compete. We challenge each other every day. To be honest, it's the best team I've ever been on throughout my career. Guys, they are confident."
That they are, Allie. Thanks. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Booker. That shot is off. And it's Memphis the other way. Looking ahead, they've got the Cavaliers coming to town for their next one. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Pass to Adams. Back to Morant. Left side Anderson. 3-pointer Brooks. They get it back. Adams inside. Is covered by Ayton. Out of bounds. It'll be Phoenix's ball. trying to claw their way back into this.
And the best way to do that, minimize your mistakes and take good shots.
Out of bounds, it'll be Memphis's ball.
An incredible leader Chris Paul is. So much talked about leading up to last year in their appearance in the finals. There's a reason why he's one of the greatest point guards of all time.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Brooks against Paul. Brooks, the pass to Anderson. Jackson outside. And here's Adams. Pass to Moran. Adams with a screen on Booker. Good drive by Moran. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Moran's got 10. And Paul, as you mentioned, the quintessential leader in the NBA.
Well, you think about selflessness at the point guard position, and Chris Paul has been about that his entire career. And he knows the game inside and out. He's remarkable.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And the shot goes in.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward, exceptional court awareness.
Paul against Moran. Paul passes to Ayton. Now Booker. Outside Paul. Outside Booker. Up and over Brooks. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Now here's Brooks. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. Jackson can't get it to go. The Suns have gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Booker with a screen on Moran. A shot to stop the drought. Phoenix no good that time either.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Now here's Moran. He's got 12. There's Jackson with the three. Sends it home from three-point land. Jackson's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
It's time for dancers! Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns dancers. Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns dancer.
And a new group getting ready for the Suns. Saric checks in for Ayton. Johnson comes in for Bridges. Shamet, he's checked in for Booker. And Payne is subbed in for Paul. A big group substitution here for Memphis. Tillman's checked in for Adams. Clark comes in for Jackson. Williams is checked in for Anderson. And it's Bain in for Brooks. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Payne pass to Johnson. Moran against Payne. Saric a screen on Moran. Here's Payne. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Williams against Johnson. Williams passes to Moran. Over Payne. Shot's good by Moran. got 14 points for the game.
Well, defensively, they've been flat in this second half. A very different type of team than we saw in the first.
Moran against Payne. Pass to Crowder. Now here's Sharage. Tight defense on him. Clock at 6. And here's Payne outside. No good on the shot.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Moran against Sharage. Here's Bain. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Here's Williams. And too long on the shot. Phoenix has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Crowder, a screen on Williams. Pass to Sharage. Crowder with it. Williams defending. Crowder inside. Working on Williams. And it's Crowder missing. Williams in the post. Covered by Crowder. Williams' shot is good. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Section 1, the T-shirt. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get loud for your Suns dancers. Look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get loud for your Suns dancers.
Culver, he's checked in for Williams. So it's Phoenix now. They're scoreless since the first half. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. No coverage that time. Crowder's got his first 3 points of the game.
Crowder not hesitating on the offensive end.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Bain. Clark with the screen. Here's Bain. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Moran. That shot, no good. From deep. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies feeling confident. 18-point lead to end that quarter. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. More 2K action in just a moment. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
As we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback. Back in the works, or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for the Grizzlies, Jackson Jr. and Adams together inside. Brooks and Anderson filling out the perimeter, and it's Morant in at the 1. Now here's Jackson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 20.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Paul. Pass to Bridges. To the inside. Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
Well, he passes to the wide open man, Bridges, developing some team chemistry.
Anderson with it. Back to Morant. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Here's Phoenix. Outside Booker. On the wing, Crowder. Defended by Jackson. Back to Crowder. Pass to Ayton. The 15-footer. And he hits the jumper. Ayton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Ayton showing it can be a problem on other spots on the floor, not just the post.
Morant, pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Brooks against Booker. Well, Grant, it seems like more and more game time is spent with officials huddled around a monitor. You think instant replay has been a positive thing for the league?
Well, for the most part, I think it has been a positive thing. I enjoy it. I think it brings a level of transparency, and also it's important to get the call right. But at times, it does disrupt the flow of a game, and players can't be consumed about winning every call all the time.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on. Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Morant against Paul. Morant, pass to Jackson. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Crowder's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Right side. Fires from deep. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Ball against Morant. With some arc. Kicks it out to Anderson. Back to Adams. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Booker against Brooks. Ayton with a screen. And there's the lob. And Ayton with the stuff.
Just great hands for Ayton to time that one.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Morant with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Memphis.
I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In the first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
The other impressive part about their offense tonight has been their ability to get inside off the bounce. Lots of points in there.
The free throw drops for Morant.
Going second overall in 2019, Ja Morant looks like a franchise cornerstone, carrying Memphis to a play-in game as a rookie.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Clark's checked in. It's both from the stripe. Well, Brent, you won 2 championships with the Spurs. When you look at the roster now, what are you seeing?
Well, the pillars are gone from those championship seasons, but the coach and the voice remains. And so that's a Spurs team that's young, has a lot of guys who need to grow, but they have the type of DNA that you're looking for, being competitive and wanting to push their limits. So in the next few years, maybe the Spurs will find a way to get deep into the playoffs and have an opportunity to compete.
The first one falls, and while it can hurt you from outside, Devin Booker has a very rounded game with his shot.
Yeah, last few years, Booker has taken more mid-range jumpers. He feels comfortable pulling up from anywhere in the half court. I mean, he's learning to take whatever the defense gives him.
Both free throws good from Booker.
Some guys will wow you with their overall size or incredible athleticism. Devin Booker does it with his pure ability to score the ball.
Now here's Morant.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:56 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Clark. Just 5 to shoot. Unloads. Oh, the Grizzlies get it back. Memphis needs to get off a shot. And it's Adams missing.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Grizzlies.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with the win in the first game.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Ja Morant.
He really influenced the game with his rebounding. Just a stellar performance. With all the work he put in, he's gonna sleep well tonight.
Here's Crowder. The Grizzlies making their last shot. Ayton, a screen on Clark. Crowder, the pass to Ayton. Now here's Bridges. From deep three-point range. And Morant clears the board.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Now here's Brooks. Outside, Anderson. And he's going for the lob. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Grizzlies substitution.
And so it's the Grizzlies taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Brent Berry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
Wanna spend them bits, yeah, I'ma take all I